Hi guys, welcome to For the Geeks. In this video, I will talk about my experience of Microsoft certification AZ400 exam. I took it last month end in 2022, and I will share the experience and how I prepared for the certification. So those who haven't taken any certifications earlier or might have taken a Microsoft certification already but are not sure how to proceed with AZ400, I think it will be a very good video and watch it till the end. So let's start now. So what is AZ400 certification? So it's a certification organized and issued by Microsoft, and basically it is an advanced exam that targets professionals who are familiar with Azure development and administration. So I can see that this exam provide value to software engineers, architects who are driving or who are eager to adopt agile practices and infrastructure as code in their projects. So it's really helpful. It tests those skills, and also it tests your knowledge on how you write and what strategies you can apply in your code and infrastructure as code that allows for CI/CD. So CI is continuous integration and continuous deployment, monitoring, feedback, etc. So, what is the prerequisites for the exam? Uh, Either you need to have your AZ104 certification or AZ204 certification. 104 tests your knowledge on administrator associate, and 204 is developer associate. So you can take one of them. That is the prerequisite for exam. You can check Microsoft official website. I have provided the link here, and I will also provide the link in the description box below. So it is kind of my algorithm to pass a certification or Microsoft certification in that matter. So whatever certification you are after, you should go to, assuming you are after Microsoft certification, go to this website. Again, this is the link which I'll provide in the description box. Search for the exam. In my case, I search for AZ400. Look at the skill measured section, book the exam, learn through free material as well as online paid training. So there is always this free material provided by Microsoft, and there is online paid training too. But then there are multiple other websites which provide training at minimal costs. For instance, Udemy and LinkedIn Learning Pluralsight. I used Udemy. Then get hands-on and take notes as you are going through the course. If you are, for instance, doing this Azure 400 certification, log into Azure portal, create an account, and do whatever is required, whatever the instructor says or whatever material you are following. So that is very handy because once you start doing it, you will remember it more and you can correlate in the exam. So like any other thing, like any other exam, getting hands-on is very important. Obviously, relax and do not stress, and yeah, pass the exam. So when you book the exam, you have to consider how many days or weeks you want to spend studying this, and uh, book the exam accordingly. I gave approximately a couple of months because there were a few other things I had to take care of. So yeah, up to you, but do plan it properly. So skills measured and cost of exam. So I did mention about skill measured in my previous slide. So you can go to the official website again and check what are the skills measured. As of today, the cost of the exam is 165 USD. So this is a snapshot from my performance report. So I cleared the test and I got this report there. And these are the sections they tested my knowledge upon. This is like development and instrumentation strategy, site reliability engineering, security and compliance, source control, how to manage the source control, facilitate communication and collaboration, and define and implement continuous integration and continuous delivery. So these were the sections I was tested on by Microsoft. So you have to prepare on these sections. So now if you are wondering what are the details of the exams in itself, so like if you are going for the certification, what all you should expect, apart from obviously the questions and the certification itself, but my point here is how what you should consider uh, at the center, like what all to expect at the center. So I took the test at Pearson's in Melbourne. So Pearson's is a well-known exam center. They conduct certifications. So when you actually book the exam on the Microsoft website and try to schedule it, it will give you the options, and it will, based on the location where you are in, it will give you the options. So I'm in Melbourne, so I got this option in Melbourne CBD. There are like quite a few number of centers in here. You have to book it. In my case, I think the bookings within 1 month were all booked out. So like I said, I had anyway, I had thought of taking 2 months to prepare. So I booked around 2 months before. So yeah, I mean, you have to plan it accordingly. In the exam center, you are not supposed to take your phones and laptops. So you'll be provided with a locker and you have to keep it inside that. And once you reach there, you have to do a sign and they will take a photo of yours. And I would recommend maybe around 15 minutes if you reach before your scheduled exam, that would be great. Exam starts on time. I mean, I was the second person to get in. Someone was already taking an exam. So yeah, I mean, you have to plan all those things accordingly as per uh, which location you are in and all. And one thing I forgot to mention is that because these are COVID times, I was asked to scan my vaccination, show the vaccination certificate. So I had to scan the QR and I had to show them the vaccination certificate. So do check those kind of requirements too in your location, in your area, and check the mask requirement in your area. If you're wondering how long is the exam, then it is 140 minutes and you have to answer 64 questions. So when I say 140 minutes, the first 20 minutes were just survey and general information. So survey, they just ask basic questions. I don't really think it matters on the questions in itself, because they do ask how well you have know Azure or how long you have been working on Azure and those kind of things. But I don't really think it, selecting those options makes your question tougher or easier. That is just a survey. Like I said, there are 64 questions. You need 700 to score. How they calculate exactly, I'm not sure, but you can go to this link and check, what is the passing score and how they calculate it. But I don't think there is a clear cut or clear way to know, how they calculate it exactly. As far as types of questions concerned, in my particular case, in the first section, there were 55 questions, and approximately 10 of them were drag and drop and multiple choice questions together. So multiple choice in the sense, in few cases, they has mentioned that select two of them or select three of the options provided, and few of them were drag and drop. So you had to drag and drop. They had an option in here. They had few scenarios. They had an option, and I had to drag and drop the correct answer corresponding to the question. There were few drag and drops wherein I had to arrange them in correct order too. So altogether, I think just 10 of them were drag and drop and multiple choice questions. Rest 45 only had one choice as the right answer. And again, out of those 55 questions in section one, I think first 45 or 47 questions, you have an option to leave a review as well as a feedback. So review means that when you are like giving the exam, taking the certification, you take a question, you answer it, and then you decide to go next. But then if you think that before actually submitting, you want to review it just to cross-verify, there is an option to, you click a review, and at the end it will show all the questions you have marked in the review, and you can again go through them. But like I said, out of 55 questions, 49 or 45 questions had an option to select review option, but others, if you select it once, you can't get back to it. So that is how section one was. In section two, which is question number 56 to 64, had two case studies. First case study had around 4 questions, and the second had 5. And again, few of them were drag and drop and multiple choice. So if you're wondering, within the 2 hours, can you take break? Of course you can, but then time won't be stopped for you, which means that you'll be losing time. But of course, you can take a break, and if you're not well, you can tell them, the person there, and they'll surely help you out. Uh, Luckily, I mean, I was taking the certification from the center. Like, if it is a renewal certificate, I guess you can take it from home too. But I had a technical issue, like at the end of the exam, almost when I completed 60 questions out of 64, my system hung, and I was not able to go to the next question. So I had to ask for help, and yeah, I mean, they helped me out, and my exam started from the same place where where I left. So obviously, if you have any technical issues, don't panic. Just ask for help, and they'll help you out for sure. So once you are done with all the questions, you have reviewed and done everything, you have given feedback if you want to, you can press on submit and the result will be declared immediately. They tell you pass or fail and they give you a report like this. So I will show you my report. So they'll give you a report like this and they tell you each section how well or bad you have performed so that you can identify your weak areas and your strong areas. So that's pretty much it about my experience. I hope if you are taking the certifications anytime soon, this video will help you. Do like the video if you found the content informative and do share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Take care.